Hi everybody, welcome to another share in my virtual field trip guide. This is a field trip I did. It was probably about 2011. I did with some students from in fifth form. We went to St. Thomas, where in which we looked at rivers. We looked at factors influencing flooding within the Chalky River, the Yalas River, and the Morant River, all located in St. Thomas. Yes, we studied all three rivers. Okay, so the first river we looked at was I'm starting from the first river, right? So here we are looking at the Chalky River, right? The Chalky River is located just on the periphery of between Saint Andrew and Saint Thomas. Right now, this river is narrow in comparison to the other rivers in which we looked at. Right now, a thing to note is that this river channel is fed by a watershed area that comes from the Long Mountain area, right? This area, this 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 channel is normally dry, and to some extent, it only shows water whenever there is heavy rain, because the National Water Commission actually uses the river water, the river water in the river, right? So as to supply, as they have a dam up at the top of the watershed area, and they use it so as a source of water for the Kingston metropolitan area. All right, now steps have been taken over the years so as to prevent flooding, right? Gabion basket, if you look over to your right, you will see some stones right between where you have the river channel. Yeah, the entire section there, which looks like dirt. All of that is river channel, right? So right where you see the like a little concrete thing, some stones, that is what you call Gabion basket. Now, not before the Gabion baskets were installed, what normally happens at doing heavy downpour, usually have situation like this that you're seeing now, where in which the river channel um, go in spate. That means it actually go over its bound, eating away, or should I say, eroding away the sidings of the river, and causing issues within the nearby community. Now, this is another section of the river. Not all section of the river have the same width. Some section of the river is narrow, while some section of the river is actually wide. Right, the river within itself, it has banks that is laden with vegetation, right? However, this doesn't stop the river from overflowing its banks, right? What happened also is that people tend to build near the river, and building near the river, what happened is that when the buildings are built near the river, right, and the river do swell, or should I say go in spate, what you find is that everything at the side of the river is washed down, right? Even the roads and the bridge, right? The river exits into the sea via the mouth of the river that is on the opposite side of the road, right? Before they build the high bridge, whenever rainfall a lot, what normally happened is that it was impossible for individuals to cross. Right now, the watershed areas stretches several kilometers from the highland area up there in Long Mountain all the way towards the coastline. As I said before, right in border, a little bit past Bull Bay, going towards the east. Right now, this is the sea that you're seeing. We were on the bridge. The bus stopped on the bridge, and we were like overlooking. We were like the bridge is over the river channel, and we were like overlooking into the sea. Right now, the river channel is mixed with what I call it now, shale rocks that are you consider small rocks that you consider to be large, right? Also, it's mixed with some amount of sand. Now here you're seeing a siding of the river channel where it has been eroded as a result of torrential rains. So one of the problems that occur as a result of the river channel being where it is that uh, the nearby community experience flooding, right? It destroy property, destroy animals, and sometimes persons even take the risk of building their houses nearby, and heavy rain comes in the night, and they actually lose their life. So this is just some of the fundamentals that occur as a result, or should I say, some of the situation that occur as a result. Okay, so here we were heading to Morant Bay, right, guys? So this is Yalas before the bridge was completed. No, before the bridge was completed, this is the bridge. They started to build the bridge, and the bridge actually got washed away because a heavy rain came. I'm not sure if it was Ivan or whatever. I'm not sure, but I think they built a small bridge so as to accommodate persons from both sides, those in coming from town to center and going to Morant Bay St. Thomas, and those from coming from Morant Bay St. Thomas going to town, right? They built a makeshift road, and that was washed away. But it took several months for this bridge to be built, and they still had to place huge boulders at the foot of the bridge so as to prevent water from actually eroding the foot of the bridge, right? The bridge, although the bridge is built, you can still see evidence of the river channel actually being, I call it, widened as a result of water. Now, the more the Yalas River is so unique that during like normal period, you don't have much rainfall. You will see several streams of water running through the channel. Not necessarily the streams are running in the center, but it's all over the place. Some sections are deep, while some sections are shallow. Now, what I discover with regards to the Morant Bay area, right, is that um, there are several activities that occur within this space, right? These activities are sanctioned by the government so as to prevent flooding, or should I say, the washing away of the bridge, right? Such activity include, but not limited to, mining, right? So you have miners, persons who engage in mining, actually mine sand from the Yalas River, the right at the right there, right, and they wash it, and they process it and sell it, and it's used for building, right? It's a very unique process because you have different grade of sand in which is used so as to facilitate the building construction, right? At the mouth of the river, however, there are several instances of crocodile attack, right? Because it's like it has a big, deep area where in which the water actually settles before it goes into the sea, and a lot of crocodile tend to be there because it's like a wetland area, and they wait on the fish to come down or to come in to the fish should normally be at the mouth of the river, waiting for the big fish, that is at the mouth of the river, waiting for smaller fish to come by to consume them, right? So it's really amazing to see the cycle, and it's strange enough, well, should I say, surprising, right? The crocodiles, they know exactly, they know exactly where to go to get feeding. I think it was a few years ago. A gentleman coming, a security guard, was coming from work, and he stopped somewhere near there, and he was swimming, and I think his leg got ate off by one of the crocodile because he was actually swimming within their space, right? These crocodiles, they can live in both brackish as well as brackish as well as fresh water. All right, so this is another river that we looked at, the Yalas River. We looked at it, um, you know, we looked at it analytically to see how it has impact the community that surrounds it, right? We discovered that several communities are built just a few meters away from the Alice River, right? And should in case this river do get in spate, uh, they will find themselves in problems because the river carry high volume of water, right? And that's one of the reasons why they had to actually they call it now, improve or upgrade the bridge that was originally installed right here. Okay, so the next river channel in which we looked at was right. Well, it started. Well, we saw it when we were heading into Morant Bay. Right, there's a big bridge which says Stony God and Morant Bay. You turn to your, I think it's your right, and we saw it, but we never stopped on the bridge. We went into Morant Bay Park, and we looked at the mouth of the Morant River. Now, the mouth of the Morant River is considered to be always in spate. It's just wide, and at the mouth of the river you can find crocodiles and large fish sitting, yes, sitting and waiting for the small fish to be to be to come down, right? What I found is that there's a lot of silt and sand that is built up just on the outskirts of the mouth of the river, coming down to the southern section. This silt and sand actually um, is as if it bottles up the flow of the water. So therefore, a section of the mouth of the river is deep. It's considered deep, right? So some of the fish from the sea would actually swim into this space and would actually actually go fishing. What I also discovered is that some fisher folk, instead of going out deep into sea, they actually fish here, right? For fish, right? Instead of going out into sea. It's important to note that there are several factors which contribute to the flooding of the river channels listed, both Chalky River, Morant River, along with Yalas River, right? I'm going to list them very shortly, right? As I was saying, some fishermen actually just fish for fish right here, setting the nets, but the nets are always attacked by crocodile, according to one fisher folk who did not really want to go on camera, right? As a team, students with me, we ventured to the nearest possible point. That you can see right there is a hut built by one of the fisher folk. That's where they would stay while they are fishing, right? Set the nets and then they would go there and cool out, right? So here are some of the, and this is another section of the this is another section of the Morant River, right? What I discovered is that there are several factors which contribute to flooding within spaces such as this. Factor is one. When I say flooding, I mean flooding of both community roads. Name a few. One is that okay. Other than probably about one of the rivers that I've actually identified, where you can see Gabion Basket. I saw some at Yalas, but like the way they are structured is just to protect the bridge, right? I realize that not much effort is being made by the authorities so as to help to sustain the landscape that the river actually cuts through. So as a result of this river going to spit, and they just destroy life, property, everything that surrounds, right? I also observe that within this space where these rivers actually exist, right? There's a lot of vegetation, and vegetation, if left uncontrolled, will end up blocking the river channel. And because the river channel is not constant, does not have constant flow of water, you won't have that water volume actually washing away the vegetation. So whenever rainy season do come around, what you'll find is that the channel itself will be blocked and water will actually overflow its bank. I also realized that the mining, although could consider a very useful tool in managing the flow of water within the river channel, the mining in itself can pose a problem, as miners tend to heap up sand in different sections of the river channels, right, while actually going for the better sand so as to for commercial purpose. So what you find is that the water is not necessarily intentionally, but the water is actually channeled to different section of the landscape that's above the, should I say, surrounding the river channel itself, flooding people's property and damaging property and all of that. So this field trip actually bore a lot of it actually show a lot of evidence that human intervention is necessary in managing the space in which the river channel actually flow. As a result of development, proper networking control of the river channel is needed, right? So you can actually use the whole what do you call it now? You can actually use, right, this information to write your SBA, and this was one of the topics in which my students use some 8-9 years ago, where they look at flooding along the river channel. They looked at the flooding at specific points, though they never really looked at it in per se with regards to just one location. So if they're talking about flooding, they were talking about flooding, the implication of flooding within the Morant Bay river channel landscape, or network, right? Or they talk about Chalky River, or they talk about the Yalas River, right? So they would actually take pictures of any of the three, and then we went on to Morant Bay, where we looked at transforming Morant Bay into a tourist destination, and we also look at pollution. So it's hope that you will actually stay tuned for that video share, as it promises to be informative. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and join me again for another virtual discussion on a specific topic, geography related. Bye.